Texas. Wide open spaces and clear blue skies. Highway sunsets, a small town dance hall, and smiles in every room. And I'll never change my mind, but I can promise you I ain't gonna say goodbye. I'll be back again real soon.
Woo! We got some country music up in here tonight, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. It is episode number 24. Toby, what did you do to my camera? There we go. Guys, episode 24 this week of Tunesday Tuesday. We've been doing this for 6 months. That's insane to even think about. 6 months of Tunesday Tuesday, live every single week. We have not missed a week since we started. And we've had a guest every single week except for the very first week, which is amazing. And we're excited about our guest this week. He is Chuck Wimer from Lytle, Texas, which is southwest of San Antonio, I believe. I'm looking forward to asking him that. I believe I'm correct in that. And, guys, tonight is a little bit of a different vibe on the show. Every song you're going to hear tonight, except for our tributes and except for two, and I will mention those as we go, will be a cover version of a well-known song, including our guest's current single, which is going to be super cool, and I can't wait to chat with him about that. If you are watching on Facebook or Twitch, thank you guys for joining us live, and if you are live, you can request a song anytime you'd like, and we will we will play it, even if it's not part of our theme, which again is cool covers. If you do know a cool cover, request it. We'd love to play it. But yeah, if you are tuned in on Facebook or Twitch Live, thank you so much. If you're not and you're catching the recap or the interview portion of this on YouTube afterwards, guys, you should join us live. We're live every single Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Join us on Twitch and Facebook at The Boston Chris Show. Super easy to find us. But without any further ado, guys, we're going to get into my interview with Chuck Wimer. And we're going to talk about his song, what he's got coming up, and so much cool things are happening for Chuck that we're going to chat about. So let's get over and chat with him right now. Chuck, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. And yourself?
Not too bad. The first thing I got to do before we get too far down the road is get the proper pronunciation of your name, because I am horrible at so it's Chuck, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, perfect. No, for real. Is it Wimer?
Wimer, yes,
okay,
that's right.
I'm glad I got that right. And you're originally from Lytle, is that right?
Well, that's where we're living. So
Okay.
I'm originally from up north, but we got here as fast as we could, and we've just been staying in Texas ever since.
I'm the same way up north. Where?
I was born in Chicago.
Okay, so Chicago, and I'm from Boston. I've been here 2001, so almost 24 years. I guess June would be 24 years.
Wow, that's a good stretch of time. I think I got here in 2007, so
Okay.
You've been here a little longer than I have.
So I've been here almost exactly half my life. I think this year puts me over the halfway point where I'll be in Texas. So
And that's cool.
I think I'm officially a Texan now.
We've been here longer than we've ever been anywhere else. So I'm just taking that as that qualifies me.
Nice. And so so you got here in 2007. Were you musical prior to getting here as well?
Only songwriting and stuff like that. I wasn't doing anything on stages or anything of that nature.
And so, I mean, it's funny, man. I see your music. I listen to your music. You are quintessentially Texan in your sound, and you're from Chicago. That's insane.
Yeah, I was only in Chicago, and I mean, I was so small I could walk under a table without bumping my head when we left. But
so essentially, what my wife can still do today. She's watching. I'm just giving her crap.
Yeah, no. So we went from Illinois to Florida, and then to California, and then Arizona. Then I joined the Army, and then we went all over the place from there. And when we ended up in Texas, we decided we were staying. They blew out my knee, and they said, "Hey, we can get you a desk job up in Kansas." And I was like, "That ain't gonna work."
Is that a cold thing? Too cold in Kansas?
No. It was the desk job thing more than anything else.
Yeah,
I was training dogs at the time. I didn't even like people then. So that I've adapted to this business is that's just kind of impressive to myself. I mean, I look at him like, wow, if you would have saw me when I was in the army, this is not where anybody would have seen my trajectory going. Just because you gotta have people like you, and you gotta kind of like people to make people like you.
Yeah.
And I didn't.
Yeah. Hey, I'm right there with you, man. Yeah, you got to have some formulation of social skills to be successful in the military for sure. Well, first of all, man, thank you for your service. And you're moving around a lot as a kid. Was that also military related?
Yeah, my dad and my stepdad were both Navy, and then I decided to go the other way. I went Army.
So there you go. Yeah, my dad was both Army and Navy, and then I went Navy as well when I was a kid.
Well, thank you for your service.
Well, no problem. Yeah. So yeah, a couple of veterans here, guys. You just never know where these conversations are going to take you, and that is the beauty of podcasting, right?
If you didn't have such a good show set up, I'd say you'd have to change the mode or the method. It'd have to be a veteran thing instead.
Yeah, for sure. And we were talking about that off air before we came on. Just so many different ideas you can do with podcasting. Like I wouldn't mind doing one on sports, one on professional wrestling.
Oh yeah,
history. Shoot, man, there's so many different avenues I can go down. But man, my lane has been music, and it's really served me well. And so it's funny how many stories, music related stories, start with an injury in sports. It's so crazy how many times I hear that. Yeah. So was that kind of your genesis into music as well? It started with an injury.
Well, I started off as in songwriting, right? And that was I think I was 16 when I first started writing songs, and that was just kind of a way for me and my dad to connect because we were on opposite sides of the state or the country, and I never really did anything with it. And I was always one of those guys that's like, oh, my songs are just as good as everybody else's. I could do this, I could do that. But I always hate those people at the same time. If they are, then go do it, go see, go put them up next to everybody else's. So when people actually like my stuff, I was kind of surprised, but we started doing, I started doing worship music and stuff like that with the church, while we were here in Texas. And then, when they blew out my knee, it was kind of one of those things where it's like, all right, I need to figure out what I'm going to do. So, we got the day job and everything. And then just, my wife says, hey, why don't you go stand on a few stages, see if you like it? Cause she knows how much I don't like those people that say they could have and should have and would have, but didn't. And I loved it. I stood up there, we're 3.5, 4 feet up on a stage, and there's nobody in the room, but it wasn't my band. We were just out there. We were, a buddy of mine. He's like, hey, come on up and play with my band. And I think the weather was terrible that night too. So, but I got up there, and just for the 25 people that were in this post rodeo dance hall, it was just one of those things where it was like, oh man, I love this. This is fun. So we've been doing it ever since.
Man, I love that story. Yeah.
COVID kicked off and almost stopped it, but turns out that was actually kind of a blessing for people who were getting started in the music business, the lockdowns and everything, because the big guys, Randy, Wade, those guys, they couldn't get out there and do anything because they drew too many people. So all of us who were drawing, nobody, 5, 10, 15
it put everybody on equal footing, didn't it? Like,
just kind of, it really did.
Yeah. Man, you talked about being introverted, and I'm what's called an ambivert, where I'm very introverted at times, and I'm extroverted when I need to be. What kind of challenges did you face? You talked about I'm more of a dog person now. I have to be a people person. There had to be some getting used to that, right? From stages.
Yeah. So the funny thing is I'm not really an introvert. I just I read people a little bit too well, and I think that helps out with my songwriting, right? So I see people and they feed you a line, and you're just like, that's a line. You don't believe that, you don't feel that, you're just saying that because you're trying to look good for whoever's there. And dogs don't do that. Dogs, they just they tell you with their body language. Like if they don't like you, they're going to kind of like stare off in the distance for a minute, but when you get too close and you push that button, then they're going to let you know. And they don't lie. Like their body language just doesn't lie.
They don't. They always tell the truth. Yep.
Yeah, they don't fake it. And half the time they're training you, and half the time you're training them. But for the most part, it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, well, I'd rather just have somebody tell me the truth, and even if it's harsh, I'd rather just, all right, hey, your music's trash. Cool, I appreciate that. you're not my demographic then. You know,
it's about being realist, right? Just being a realist, like keeping it real. And a lot of people can't handle that. I feel like they want to be sugar coated. And like my dad used to say all the time, excuse my language, he would say, man, you can sugarcoat bullshit, but it's still bullshit. No matter what you do to it, it's still bullshit. So
yeah, eventually you're going to get past the sugar and you're going to be biting into what
that's
really
right.
is.
That's exactly right. Yep. You talked about your songwriting and kind of people watching. Is that kind of where the basis of your songwriting is at? Is life experiences and kind of making up stories about people?
Yeah. So I go a little bit. Go in a number of different directions there. Some of the stuff that we'll do is taken from my own experience, things that I've seen or done or experienced, and then sometimes I'll just be sitting there. I'll be watching some folks. There's a song we released only to streaming. We never actually put it out to radio. And part of that was actually because Darren Morris had released a song of the same title right when it was going to be my second song out, and I was like, well, I can't throw that out there when he just did. But it's a song called "If He's Not Going to Love You, I Will," and it's a waltz. Really, really interesting song. But I was watching some folks at my day job, and I was like, oh, this is their story. I've never met them before, but this is their story. I was watching them interact, and I was like, yeah, that's not really her. That's not her guy. That's her side guy. And so I wrote this song. It's like, if he's not going to love you, I will. And it was a fun song. We still play it every now and again, and people have taken different ideas from the song. They're like, oh no, that's the friend zone guy, or that's the whatever. And I'm like, that's not how it was written, but okay.
Yeah, it's so funny how open interpretation is with art, right? Like people can feel or hear or see or whatever they want, and that's the beauty of music, man. Whatever you meant doesn't necessarily have to be what's received, right?
Yeah, for sure. Our first top 10 on Billboard was Fire in Your Eyes, and that song that was never even supposed to be written. It was just kind of that was a clear my head kind of thing. I was doing a co-write with my dad at the time, and I was really trying to shoehorn a line into the song, and I got frustrated, so I pushed it off to the side, wrote that other one, and then Jamey was like, hey, go play this a couple of times. I think people are going to like it. And then I did, and there was a lady who was booking us at a place down in Fredericksburg, and she's like, hey, I really want you to record that. And I said, well, hey, I really want you to pay for it. It's expensive.
Exactly,
I had no feelings for this song whatsoever. And she ran a Kickstarter and funded half the album. So we were like, well, I guess we got to put it on the album.
Oh, damn. She called you on your bluff, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. And then, of course, Dave Smith's my promoter. So we handed him a whole 12-song album, and we're like, hey, this is what we just did for this past year. He's like, yeah, I want to go back and do this other song. And I was like, really?
Yeah.
that's two EPs ago. And he's like, no, I want to do this song. I think this is going to be the one. So now we don't even question him. He's just, Dave, what do you think we should do?
Yeah.
And he picks the song, and that's how 1985 actually got it out there. We weren't going to put that to radio. We just figured that song just do fine on its own because it's already got a huge following with Bowling for Soup. And we were like, well, we don't really need to take advantage of their fame to try and get a song to move a little bit. But Dave was like, no, I think based on what we gave him and what was coming out at the time, I think we had a song that was similar to one that Sundance Head's about to release. And we had another one that was similar to, not really similar, but kind of had the same theme as Wade Bowen's Friday Night. And he's like, those were the two that I was strongest on. And he's like, no, let's do 1985. So
yeah,
we did that
never question Dave, man. He's been doing this a long time, man. He knows what he's doing. Now let's talk a little bit about 1985 because, man, I'm just in love with the song. Of course, I was a fan of the song when it came out originally, and Jaret's just a phenomenal songwriter in his own right. And
yeah, he is.
You know, and I've been following you for a while too, and you're a great songwriter. So when you see a great songwriter pick up a song that was, originally done by another great songwriter, it's a little bit eye-opening for me as a fan to see a songwriter, kind of cut another song from somebody else. And then for the song to be essentially a Grammy Award-winning song as well. But
yeah.
At the end of the day, this is not the same song in any stretch of the imagination, really, because this is the countrified version of the song. And what makes it even greater is Jaret is on the song too. So I got to know how all of this happened for you, Chuck. Talk about it.
Well, first, thank you for the compliment about my songwriting. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But we're really good friends with Robert Miguel from UvaldeRadio.net. Everybody knows Robert. Robert's a hoot, right? So he's He's like the ferret that has a job, you know, and he does it really well, but he's always all over the place. And one day he's like, "Hey, you want to come out and come see Bree Bagwell with me over in San Antonio?" And I was like, "Well, shoot, that's closer to me than it is to you. Let's do it." And it was Bree Bagwell and Jaret Reddick, and it was a 3-way song swap. But the my wife and Bree, they hit it off really well, right? So Jamey's talking to Bree at the end of the show, and I've been a huge Bowling for Soup fan, so I'm doing my best not to become a fangirl right now, you know, as I'm getting ready to go talk to Jaret.
Yeah.
And I guess he thought I was cooler than I was because he treated me like royalty, right? Probably because I was with Robert.
God.
And so we got to talking, and we follow each other on social media stuff, you know, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. And I was at the time I was watching a little bit more TikTok than I do now. I noticed that the more I watched TikTok, the dumber I was getting. So I stopped doing that quite as much. I used to actually be a really good speaker. So I got to talking to Jaret. I said, "Hey, Jaret, I've been seeing everybody on TikTok is redoing 1985, right? They do 1995, 2005, 2025, whatever." And I said, "Has anybody ever done a country version of the song?" And he said, "No, I don't think they have. Why don't you give it a shot?" I was like, haha, challenge accepted. So I actually did research, right? So this is the only song I've ever had to do research on. I had to make sure everything lined up with the time frame that we're talking about. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense, right?
Yeah.
So I had a few different lines in there, and my producer helped me out with a couple of things that he's like, this is probably going to hit a little bit harder. And we got done rewriting the song, and I sent it over to Jaret. I said, "Hey, what do you think?" And he's like, "Dude, I love it. This is great." I said, "You want to sing on it?" And he's like, "Yeah, but I want to change the bridge." So he changed the lyrics in the bridge are his. That was his idea. And so he sang on it, and you know, we recorded at our studio. He recorded his part at his studio, sent it over. It was clean. Only took, you know, a couple of days back and forth to get it done. And now my guys, they love playing the song. It's such a fun. We were actually ending the show with that song for a while, and just because I could get off the stage and the guys could just go nuts and just play whatever they wanted toward the end. So it's a really fun song. I'm really happy that Jaret let me go ahead and redo that, and yeah, and really happy that he decided to get on the song with me.
So I gotta say, you mentioned Bree Bagwell and Jaret Reddick, and we're talking about legitimately probably the two nicest people in the Texas music scene, without a doubt, man. There are a lot of really cool people in the scene, but man, Bree and Jaret are just, I've never not seen them in a good mood when it comes to, you know, friends and being supportive and all of those things. Man, I gotta say, you know, Jaret is also a Texas country star at this point. For those of you who are Bowling for Soup fans out there, Jaret Reddick is a Texas country star. He has a record out with Texas country. And so when Chuck comes along with the idea for 1985 being a country song, Jaret could have done the thing that most artists would do and say, "That's a great idea. Let me do that." But that's not what he did. He said, "You should do that, Chuck." And honestly, it would have been okay for him to be like, "Dude, that's a great idea. I'm making a record too. I'll go do that." But he didn't. Yeah. And he was openly sharing the song. And that's what I love about Jaret is he's just so open to stuff like that. And man, he's always, every time his name comes up on my show, it's because somebody either got mentored by him or got some piece of advice from him that really mattered. Or, you know, this, like just giving up his song and letting you essentially rewrite the song with modern lyrics and countrifying it and all of that. Just awesome stuff. I can't wait to share the song with everybody out there, but not yet. There's a few more things I wanted to chat with Chuck about. Man, I got to talk about your wife. I know you've talked about her. She has to be your biggest fan, man. I see her all over social media just pushing the brand all the time. You guys really are an independent musician team, aren't you?
For sure. She used to be a school teacher, and she actually took a break right before COVID. And then when COVID kicked off, then she was looking at how everything was going. She's like, "I'm not going back to doing that again."
Yeah.
So she threw herself into learning the business itself. And a lot of credit goes out to our first promoter, Mark Sebi. Mark Sebi did a great job with teaching us how the ropes actually work, right?
Speaking of a realist, Mark Sebi is a realist. He will tell you how it is over and over again.
For sure. And one of the things that that he always really espoused was it's all about the relationships, and it's a marathon, not a sprint. So those are the things he loves to say. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And so we just went around and just started meeting everybody that we could. You know, anytime we were going to be in an area, hey, can we come out and visit? Can we come out and say hi? And that's how we ended up becoming as successful as we are right now. For as short a time as we've been doing this, it's only been about 6, maybe 7 years. Um, is just we want to be as open as we can with anybody who wants to be open. You know, so you know, there's some folks that are just too busy. You know, maybe they have iHeart or Cox or whoever is their overhead, and they have things that they have to do. They don't have any. You know, there's nothing they can't get around it. But then for some of the more independent stations and definitely the internet stations, we, you know, nobody's beneath us. And we're just honored to be able to be let into the door at a lot of the places, even if it's just, you know, if a video screen or whatever, that's the door as far as we're concerned. We get to be on the program, or we get to talk to, you know, by phone, whoever it is. And Jamey was just instrumental in making that happen. She, you know, she's on the phone all the time or on email or whatever. She's booking, she's setting up interviews, she's doing everything. And she took over to the social media, because when I was doing it, it was terrible. I think we had 300 people total across all platforms.
Yeah.
So I was not doing a very good job with that. And,
well, it takes time. It really does. And it's not just a happenstance thing. You know, you actually have to put work into it most of the time. You know,
for sure. And she actually she went and she sat down and did one of the Rick Barker courses, who was, for those that don't know, he was the original manager for Taylor Swift.
Yep.
And then a lot of this, we'd sit down and we'd listen to podcasts like Johnny Dwinell and Brent Baxter. I like to listen to their podcast, The Climb, just because there's a lot of good information in there on both sides, on the songwriting side and also on the distribution and marketing side. So she'd sit down and she'd listen to those podcasts, and I'd read a book. You know, I that's my thing. I read books all the time. I got what is it? Songwriters Market, How to Make It in the New Music Business, like all that stuff. And a lot of it doesn't really apply because it's more Nashville centric. Yeah. But there's good tips in all those things, and that's what we've been doing for the time that we've been doing this. Is we just been studying everything we can, because, you know, I didn't get started till 42. And at 42, you don't really have the time to Morgan Wallen things. You know, you can't start throwing chairs off and then you can restart tomorrow. We just don't have that kind of time to make a mistake and then start from scratch again and try and rebuild a brand. So everything's about, you know, protect the brand and be who you are, be truthful, you know, and people seem to enjoy it. People seem to like it. So.
And you guys are super smart too, just together. I mean, you can see the strategy behind the things that you guys do. You can see that there's a thought process involved in all of that stuff, right down to the minute stuff on, you know, what time of day things get posted. Like all of this stuff is so important. And you guys are you're there. You know, yeah, you got started late, but man, you're part of the scene, and you know you've got top 10 hits now. You've had your name in Billboard. You know, your current song is number 44 and continuing to rise. And, I mean, you tour forever, all the time. Like, you're always playing live somewhere, I've noticed. And,
yeah, for sure.
And I just wanted to give Jamey her flowers because, man, I noticed her hard work as well. And
she has definitely earned them.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. So let's get into Chuck's pick of the week. Which I love this song. We're both veterans, so I imagine that had a little bit to do with why he picked this song. You picked "In Color" by Jamey Johnson. Why'd you pick this song as your pick of the week?
So I've been playing that song for a good bit now. One of the things we didn't talk about is just how bad my voice was coming up before I turned 42. I used to think I needed to sing like Rascal Flatts and you know, all, you know, the high pitched or their higher ranges stuff, and it sounded bad. I go back and I've got all that stuff. It's all hidden on YouTube. Like, it's there because it had some views, but it's hidden. I don't want anybody to ever see that again.
You hit it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And So one of the artists that I first listened to was Cody Johnson, and Jamey Johnson. Those are the first three that I was listening to, and I was like, "This is where I really need to be singing.
Mhm.
This is the range I need to be in." So I learned songs from those guys, and In Color was one of those first songs. And we get a lot of praise, deserved or not, whenever we're out playing shows. We have that in our set almost all the time. Partly because I have there's a veteran spot in our show where we do 3 songs back to back that are all veteran related, and we just get to honor our veterans during that time. And that's the closing song for that is we do In Color. And you don't have to have a veteran, relationship to enjoy that song. Some of our older fans, they enjoy it a lot too.
And that's the beautiful thing about a good song. If it's written well, you can put in a verse about veterans, and that verse is about veterans, but the whole song is not.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's the beauty of a well-written song, and what we talked about earlier, people getting something out of it that may not be meant by the creator of the song. And I love In Color just because it's the story of one person's life. And, that person's life just happened to include the military. And that's the way I look at it,
Yeah, and it's the way that he set up that song was it wasn't I was deployed here, I was deployed here, I was deployed here, then I got married. It was, I was a kid, and then I had this spot in my life where I did, I was overseas, and then, here's where me and your grandmother met, and this is what that scene was like, and that ends up being the bridge,
Right.
like, so it's just such a really well written song, and we do it a little differently at the shows. I think we pick up the pace or the tempo just a little bit, and but we've got a lot of folks that really enjoy the way we do it, and we were actually going to cut that because we try and put a cover song on either the EP or on our full length albums. And 1985 ended up being the cover song that bumped it because technically it's a cover, even though it's a rewrite. So yeah, maybe I might put it out later on.
I was going to say, there's still time, man. There's still time.
Yeah.
The only thing I dislike about In Color, and this is just such a small nitpick, is I feel like too many people know Jamey Johnson from that song only. And,
that's true.
I would implore people out there, if you only know of Jamey Johnson because of In Color, please do a deeper dive. Because Jamey Johnson is beyond one of the most talented musicians and songwriters on the planet today, I feel.
Yeah, he's starting to get a little bit more of that social media recognition right now because he's doing a little bit more with the social media. I don't know if he got a new social media manager or if his management team was just like, hey, we need to do more in this area. But I've been seeing a lot more of him on my feed. So that's it's really cool to see him getting, a little bit more reach because more people should know who he is.
Absolutely.
He's just fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, we're sitting here with Chuck Wimer, first time ever on our platform, and man, I appreciate you coming on. What's the best way people can support you as an artist, would you say?
Well, it's my pleasure to be on, and I would say chuckwimermusic.com is probably the easiest way to find whatever it is that you're looking for. We're on all the socials. We've got this fun thing we do on TikTok and stuff. So if you like a little bit of humor and relationship stuff, we do this thing called gas station gifts. But yeah, aside from that, probably the website's going to be the easiest way to find probably what most people would be looking for.
And I say all the time, guys, another fabulous way of supporting a Texas artist, especially with the infrastructure here in Texas, is if you are in the Texas area, anywhere, Kansas, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, New Mexico, around this area, you can call and request Chuck Wimer, any of his songs. If you like 1985, that's the current single. Goodbye Texas is also one that he's currently pushing that you can request out there. So request these songs, even if you live in New Guinea.
Yeah. We actually have a really strong following up in the this Nordic countries.
Really?
Yeah, it was so weird.
I have listeners in Nigeria. Figure that one out. Like I love analytics, man. I lose myself in them sometimes. I'm like,
my
really?
First fan base
Nigeria?
was Brazil.
Say what?
My first fan base was in Brazil.
There you go, man. I have a friend. He's part of a duo called the Waymores, and he is giant in Brazil. Like, he sells out stadiums down there.
Very cool.
Like,
Very
I'm
cool.
just like, whoa, that's so neat. Like, I'll see his tours down in South America, and I'm just like, man, that is so badass. But again, it's Chuck Wimer, music.com. I'm going to spell that out. It will be in the description below as well for those of you who are watching on YouTube later on. It's CHUCKWIMER. That's one M. And then music. If you make me spell that, then you're not really a fan. .com. I'm also going to put those links in both Twitch and Facebook right now. So you guys make sure you bookmark this site if you're a fan. Or if, of course, you haven't heard the music yet, but you will in a second. So make sure you're bookmarking this stuff. His social media is at Chuck Wimer Music as well, so the same as the webpage. That's TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all over the place. Chuck, again, thank you so much for coming on tonight, man.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. And Jamey, again, thank you for setting this up. I'm looking at the wrong camera. I don't know why I'm doing that. Yeah, thank you for setting this up. We're going to get into the music right now. The first song we're going to play tonight on Cool Cover Week is 1985. Let's get into that. Chuck, have a good night, man.
Yeah, you too.
All right, once again, you're tuned into episode 24 of Tunesday Tuesday with your host, myself, Boston Chris. That was Chuck Wimer, very first time here on the Boston Chris Show or Tunesday Tuesday. We're excited to get into the music. Again, if you are watching live on Facebook or Twitch, you guys can request any song you'd like to hear. We will damn sure try to play it as long as it's not hateful or offensive in any way. And, of course, if you are watching on YouTube and you're hearing my voice from YouTube, you can click on the link below to catch the recap of this entire show. But without any further ado, let's get into the music. This is 1985 by my man, Chuck Wimer, featuring Jaret Reddick.
Betty just hit the wall. She never had it all. Up at the break of day, husband's out baling hay. Her dreams went out the door. She fell in love with Ford. Now she's on the ranch. What happened to her plans? She was gonna be an actress. She was gonna be a star. She was gonna see the world and drive the hottest cars. Those boys in Tennessee are now the enemy. Looks at her average life and nothing has been alright since Waylon and Willie. Way before Joe Diffie, there was Conway and Dolly. Music still on CMT. Her two kids in high school, they tell her that she's uncool. She's still preoccupied with 1985. She's seen all the classics, she knows all the lines. Urban cowboy bud, long after staying alive. Love Loretta Lynn, not an Aldine fan. And Kenny Rogers was her favorite gambling man. Wears the denim jackets with all the tassels. And why does Ed Sheeran look just like Eddie Haskell? When did country become Nash pop? Whatever happened to dance halls, porch swings? And on the radio was Waylon and Willie. Way before Joe Diffie, there was Conway and Dolly. Music still on CMT. Her two kids in high school, they tell her that she's uncool, but she's still preoccupied with 1985.
Time, make it stop. Why did Nashville country have to merge with rap rock? And when did George Strait become an actor? Please make this stop.
Let's bring back Waylon and Willie. Way before Joe Diffie, there was Conway and Dolly. Music still on CMT. Her two kids in high school, they tell her that she's uncool, but she's still preoccupied. Tell you what's on her mind is Waylon and Willie. Way before Joe Diffie, there was Conway and Dolly. Music still on CMT. Her two kids in high school, they tell her that she's uncool, but she's still preoccupied with 1985. Well, Jerry, you said there wasn't a country version. How about that?
Well, Chuck, you done gone and did it. Good job, man.
You done, gone, and did it. He did, gone, and done it. That's for sure. Chuck Wimer featuring the man himself, Jaret Ray Reddick, with the country version of 1985. What do you guys think? I love it. I love it. Back when there was Waylon and Willie and Joe Diffie and all of those people. And you're right, we need to bring that back. And I think it's coming back slowly but surely. There are some amazing roots artists out there that are keeping country music alive, and I feel Chuck Wimer is one of them. And believe it or not, he is originally from Chicago. Crazy! I know. Guys, you have tuned into our first ever Cool Covers Week on Tunesday Tuesday, inspired by this song. And Chuck, this is an idea that my wife and I came up with together to bring to you guys some amazing covers that we have liked over the years from artists that we know and some that we don't, and people that we've heard from through algorithms and other forms and means that you can consume music nowadays. But before we get into our cool covers, we're going to feature the song that Chuck and I were just talking about, which is Chuck Wimer's Pick of the Week. This is In Color by the one and only, the incredible Jamey Johnson.
I said, Grandpa, what's this picture here? It's all black and white, and it ain't real clear. Is that you there? He said, yeah, I was 11. And times were tough back in 35. That's me and Uncle Joe just trying to survive a cotton farm and a Great Depression. If it looks like we were scared to death, like a couple of kids just trying to save each other, you should have seen it in color. Oh, and this one here was taken overseas in the middle of hell in 1943 in the wintertime. Almost see my breath. That was my tail gunner, old Johnny McGee. He was a high school teacher from New Orleans, and he had my back right through the day we left. If it looks like we were scared to death, like a couple of kids just trying to save each other, you should have seen it in color. A picture's worth 1,000 words, but you can't see what those shades of gray keep covered. You should have seen it in color. This one is my favorite one. This is me and Grandma in the summer sun, all dressed up the day we said our vows. You can't tell it here, but it was hot that June. That rose was red and her eyes were blue, and just look at that smile. I was so proud. That's the story of my life, right there in black and white. And if it looks like we were scared to death, like a couple of kids just trying to save each other, you should have seen it in color. Yeah, pictures worth 1,000 words, but you can't see what those shades of gray keep covered. You should have seen it in color. You should have seen it in color.
In color by the one and only Jamey Johnson for the first time ever on Tunesday Tuesday. Again, Chuck Wimer, thank you so much for spending some time with me here tonight. So excited for you and your journey in music. Number 44 currently on the Texas music charts. And I want to thank American Josh Dude for the follow on Twitch. Thank you very much for that. And Josh also has a request that we will be getting to here very shortly. We also have 5 tributes that we'll be doing tonight. But before we get into our first tribute of the week, we're going to get into our first cool cover. This is from a band out of Palestine, Texas, that if you don't know who they are, you're fixing to. This is Blacktop Mojo, the lead singer of which Matt James will be on my podcast here. In a couple of weeks, we'll be chatting again. But this is Dream On, originally done by Steven Tyler and Aerosmith, to the point where Steven Tyler was such a big fan of this version of the song that he said in an interview that he will never sing this song again because this version is the best one that he's ever heard. That's true. It's on an interview. It is out there. This is Dream On by Blacktop Mojo.
Every time I look in the mirror, all these lines on my face are getting clearer. The past is gone. Need a wind by like dusk till dawn. Isn't that the way? Everybody's got their dues in life to pay. I know nobody knows where it comes and where it goes. I know it's everybody's sin. You got to lose to know how to win.
is with Blacktop Mojo covering an Aerosmith hit called Dream On. What a fantastic cover that was and is. And if you haven't heard of Blacktop Mojo, holy crap, get on the train. They are absolutely incredible. And like I said before, Matt James, the voice of Blacktop Mojo, will be my guest on the Boston Chris podcast. That episode will release on May 23rd. Really excited about that for sure. We have our very first request of the night. It is Emerson South, Standing in the Rain. Here it is, live on Tunesday Tuesday.
I've been standing in the rain. It's getting cold, but I ain't feel no pain. Baby's at home, warm and dry. I've been standing in the rain. It's getting cold, but I ain't feel no pain. My baby's at home, warm and dry. Another tease forming in her eye. Ooh, I'm up on my feet when I should be in bed. One more sip, child, I'll be dead. Standing in the rain, yeah. Feeling no pain. Get knocked down, I'll get back on my feet again. Feeling no pain. Out all night, empty bottles and empty cans. When I should be home being amends. I know she can do so much better than me. I don't know why she don't let this poor boy be. Yeah. Ooh, I'm up on my feet when I should be in bed. One more slip, child, I'll be dead. Standing in the rain, yeah. Feeling no pain. Get knocked down,
All right, that's Emerson South. First time ever on Tunesday Tuesday. The song was called Standing in the Rain. Thank you for the request. I appreciate it very much, Josh. I will definitely be in touch. I enjoyed the song. Very, very good. Very good stuff. Love it. He calls it blues, jazz, and old country. Yeah, very soulful. I like it a lot. Thank you for the request. Guys, we have gotten to our first tribute of the night, and unfortunately there are 5 of them this week. And we've lost some really cool artists, some really awesome songwriters, and the first of which is Ray Sisk. Ray Sisk, a lot of people don't know who he is or was, and that's really sad to me. Just an incredible staple of the Nashville music scene for, oh golly, longer than I can remember. Unfortunately, I never got to chat with Ray, never got to meet Ray, but I know a lot of my friends are hurting who did and knew him very, very well. And I wanted to share a song by Ray himself. He's written a lot of songs for other people, but I wanted to share a song not just written by him, but also performed by him as a fitting tribute to just an absolute Nashville legend. This is Ray Sisk. The song is called Memphis.
If I were down in Key West, the sunshine would cheer me up. If I were out in Las Vegas, I might run into Lady Luck. If I were lonely in New Orleans, there's 1,000 things to do. But I'm in Memphis, Lord, in Memphis, ain't no place to lose the blues. I know I'll never get over you, baby, as long as I'm in this town. While Bill Street is oozing with rhythm and blues, and I'm just dragging your memory around. Somewhere tonight the mood is just right for getting me over you. But I'm in Memphis, Lord, and Memphis ain't no place to lose the blues. If I could do it all over, I'd love you just the same. Even though your leaving's about to drive me insane. You know tonight I'm gonna dream of the day I'm finally over you. I always do. Then I wake up in Memphis, Lord, and Memphis ain't no place to lose the blues. And I know I'll never get over you, hitting me over you. I'm in Memphis, Lord, and Memphis ain't no place to lose the blues. I'm in Memphis, Lord, and Memphis ain't no place to lose the blues.
Rest in peace to the one and only Ray Sisk. Once again, just an incredible songwriter from Nashville. He's been in Nashville for ages and ages and ages. If I'm not mistaken, I believe I would have been mistaken. I'm glad I looked that up. But, let's get into our next cool cover of the night. Chinese-American artist Wendy Wang seamlessly merges her singer-songwriter lullaby sound with the haunting allure of dark electro pop. Drawing from her diverse upbringing in both Beijing and California, Wendy brings a unique perspective and a wealth of cultural experiences to her music. With strong melodies and emotionally raw lyrics, she weaves a tapestry of stories that touch upon love, mental health, and her unwavering passion for animals. Her new single, The Pluto Song, is about her gargoyle gecko Pluto, who passed away over the summer. Through her heartfelt compositions, Wendy forges a profound connection with her audience, leaving them with an indelible sense of relatability. And this next cover was originally done by Poison. That's right. Here is Every Rose Has Its Thorn by Wendy Wang. Enjoy it.
We both lie silently still in the dead of the night. Although we both lie close together, we feel miles apart inside. Was it something I said or something I did? Did my words not come out right? Though I tried not to hurt you, though I tried, but I guess that's why they say every rose has its thorn. Just like every night has its dawn. Just like every cowboy sings a sad, sad song. Every rose has its thorn. I listen to a favorite song playing on the radio. Hear the DJ say he loves a game of easy come and easy go. But I wonder, does he know? Has he ever felt like this? And I know that you'd be here right now if I could have let you know somehow. I guess every rose has its thorn. Just like every night has its dawn. Just like every cowboy sings a sad, sad song. Every rose has its thorn. Though it's been a while now, I can still feel so much pain. Like the knife that cuts you, the wound heals, but that scar remains. I know I could have saved a love that night if I'd known what to say. Instead of making love, we both made our separate ways. And now I hear you found somebody new, and that I never meant that much to you. To hear that tears me up inside, and to see you cuts me like a knife, I guess. Every rose has its thorn, just like every night has its dawn, just like every cowboy sings a sad, sad song. Every rose has its thorn.
What an absolute beautiful version of that song. Wendy Wang is definitely going to be a part of my playlist going forward. I'm really excited about her. Guys, Corvyx sees music as the closest thing humanity has to magic. Like a spell, the energy of a song completely transforms a person down to the way chemicals interact in their brain. And much like a spell, a song is guided by words and rhythm. There's a flow to magic, a vibration, an energy, much like there is to music, and much like there is to the universe. Corvyx seeks to cast a spell of hopeful escapism in his music, creating a pathway for people to remove themselves from the hardship that surrounds them, while inspiring them through song or spell to achieve more, to ascend and transcend. Corvyx searches for connection to kindred souls, ones who've felt misplaced and displaced by life. Much like them, he's lived much of his life experience in the darkness and hopes to be the light to guide people out of their own darkness. Guys, the next cool cover is Time After Time by Corvyx.
Lying in my bed, I hear the clock tick and think of you, caught up in circles. Confusion is nothing new. Flashback to warm nights, almost left behind. Suitcase of memories, time after. Sometimes you picture me, I'm walking too far ahead. You're calling to me, I can't hear what you said. You say, go slow, I fall behind. The second hand one. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you, I'll be waiting. Time after time. After my picture fades and darkness has turned gray, watching through windows, wondering if I'm okay. Secrets stolen from deep inside. The drum beats out of time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I will be waiting. Time after time. Oh, time after time. Oh, time after time. Time after time. If you're lost, you can look.
All right, that was Corvyx, Time After Time.
Time
Incredible Cyndi Lauper cover. Corvyx is just amazing. That one was recommended by the wifey, and really stoked that she did recommend it. I gotta tell you guys about one of my favorite covers ever, and I know that one there by Corvyx is one of my wife's favorites, but this one is definitely one of my favorite covers ever of an iconic song. And I know my wife likes this one a lot too. The Civil Wars were an American musical duo composed of Joy Williams and John Paul White. They formed in 2008. Their style blended folk, country, and Americana, characterized by haunting harmonies and poignant lyrics. The duo gained recognition with their debut album, Barton Hollow, in 2011, which won 2 Grammy Awards. Their eponymous second album was released in 2013 and further solidified their success because that one also won 2 Grammy Awards. And then unfortunately, the Civil Wars broke up in 2014. It's been 11 years. But this is their cover of the incredible Michael Jackson song, Billie Jean. Y'all check it out.
She was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene. I said, don't mind me, but do you mean I am the one who will dance on the floor in the round? She said, I am the one who will dance on the floor in the round. She told me her name was Billie Jean, and she calls the same. And every hair turned with eyes dreamed to be in the one who will dance on the floor in a round. People always told me, be careful what you do. Don't go around breaking young girls' hearts. No. And mama always told me, be careful who you love. Be careful what you do. The lie becomes the truth. And Billie Jean is not my lover. She just a girl who claims that I am the one. But the cat is not my son. She says I am one, but the cat is not my son. For 40 days and for 40 nights, law is on her side. But who can stand when she's in demand? Her schemes and plans. 'Cause we danced on the floor in the round. So take my strong advice. Just remember to always think twice.
Oh, think twice.
She told my baby we danced till 3, and she looked at
Jean showed a photo. Baby cried, his eyes were like mine.
Oh no, 'cause we danced
On the floor in the round. People always told me, be careful what you do. Don't go around breaking young girls' hearts. And she came and stood right by me with a smell of sweet perfume. It happened much too soon. She called me to her room. Billie Jean is not my lover. She just a girl who claims that I am the one. But the cat is not my son. She says I'm the one. But the cat is not my son. So Billie Jean is not my lover. Billie Jean is not my lover.
She just a girl.
Billie Jean is not my lover.
Ooh, the Civil Wars was something else, you guys. There's Billie Jean by them, Joy Williams, John Paul White. Both are amazing solo artists now as well, by the way. Clement Anthony Burke is our second tribute of the week, sadly. Clem Burke was born on November 24th, 1954 in Bayonne, New Jersey. He was an American musician, best known for as the drummer for the band Blondie. He joined the band shortly after its formation in 1975 and remained with Blondie throughout the band's entire career until his death recently in 2025. He appeared on all of the band's albums with two of the founding members, Debbie Harry and Chris Stein. He was also drummer for the Ramones for a brief time in 1987 under the name Elvis Ramone, and played on albums by other artists, including the Eurythmics, Bob Dylan, and Iggy Pop. He was also a member of the Romantics from 1990 until 2004. Sadly, Clem Burke passed away April 6th, 2025, at the age of 75. And this song is Dreaming by Blondie, and it shows Clem going absolute ape on the drums in this video. That's why I chose it. Rest in peace, Mr. Clem Burke, drummer for Blondie.
I met you in a restaurant.
It's Dreaming by Blondie, but it's a tribute to the one and only Clem Burke right there behind Debbie Harry on the drums. Incredible drummer. Rest in peace, Mr. Clem Burke. Our second tribute tonight. Guys, these shows are going to run a little bit longer in the future, including tonight, because the format's going to change just a bit. I'm enjoying this. Our next cover song is by Cake. And Cake is an American rock band from Sacramento, California, consisting of singer John McCrae, trumpeter Vince DeFiore, guitarist Zan McCurdy, bassist Daniel McCallum, and drummer Todd Roper. The band has been noted for McCrae's droll, sarcastic lyrics and deadpan vocals, and their wide-ranging musical influences, which include norteño, country music, mariachi, disco, rock, funk, folk music, and hip-hop. This is a cover version of Gloria Gaynor's huge hit, I Will Survive, by Cake. And now you have to, after hearing that? You kind of have to now. Well, you would think that after multiple albums and 17 years of touring coast to coast and across the pond, that the Gourds would have it all figured out, or have it all down. And, well, they do. They project the alt, indie, roots sensibilities of their hometown, Austin, Texas, better than just about any music group going. They are also the quirkiest bunch of guys you'll ever meet, playing 150 gigs a year while helping raise 12 offspring among them will do that to a band. And guys, I bet you, when you think of alt indie roots, you're thinking Snoop Dogg. I know.
So much drama in LBC, it's kinda hard being Snoop D-O-double-G, but I somehow, someway, keep coming up with funky ass shit nearly every single day. And can I kick a little something for the G's and make a few friends as I breeze through? Don't you know it's 2 in the morning and our party's still jumping? Cause my mama ain't home. I got bitches in the living room getting it on, and they ain't leaving till 6 in the morning. So what you wanna do, ho? I got a pocket full of rubbers and my homeboys do too. Turn off the lights and close the doors, but what? We don't love them whores, and we gonna smoke an ounce to that. Jesus, hose down like you motherfuckers bounce to that. And I've been rolling down the street, smoking and sipping on gin and juice, laid back. Put my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Rolling down the street, smoking and sipping on gin and juice, laid back. Put my mind on my money and my money on my mind, y'all. I got me some Seagram's gin. Everybody got their cup, but they Later on that day, my homie Dr. Dre, he came by with a gang of Tangerine and a fat ass J. Oh, some bubonic chronic, you know it made me choke. It ain't no joke. I had to back up off the bed, set my cup of gin down. Don't you know, Tanker ain't chronic? Well, I'm hooked up now. Ain't no stopping, I'm still popping. Dr. Dre got some bitches from the city of Compton to serve me a knot with cherry on top. 'Cause when I bust my nut, you know I'm raging a pauper cock. But don't get upset, girl, that's just how it goes. I don't love you hoes, that's why I'm out the door. And I'll be rolling down the street, smoking endo, sipping on gin and juice, laid back with my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Rolling down the street, smoking endo, sipping on gin and juice, laid back with my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Rolling down that street and flipping that endo, sipping on gin and juice, biatch, biatch, oh, 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 oh. Rolling down the street, smoking endo, sipping on gin and a
Let's go, guys. It's the Gourds with Gin and Juice. When I said cool covers, did I bring the heat or what? Come on, y'all. You know you enjoyed that one. Hit that like button wherever you're watching from. Tori Amos is an American singer, songwriter, and pianist. I said pianist. She is a classically trained musician with mezzo-soprano vocal range. Having already begun composing instrumental pieces on piano, Amos won a full scholarship to the Peabody Institute at Johns Hopkins University at the age of 5. The youngest person ever to be admitted to the Peabody Institute. She had to leave at the age of 11 when her scholarship was discontinued for what Rolling Stone described as quote-unquote musical insubordination. Amos was the lead singer of the short-lived 1980s pop rock group Why Can't Tori Read, before achieving her breakthrough as a solo artist in the early 1990s. Her songs focus on a broad range of topics, including sexuality, feminism, politics, religion, and so much more. One of the most beautiful women to ever grace a stage anywhere on the earth. This is an incredible cover by Tori Amos. Smells like Teen Spirit.
Load up on guns, bring your friends. It's fun to lose and to pretend she's overboard and self-assured. Oh no, I know a dirty word. Hello, 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 hello. I'm worse, sad, why I do best and full as guilt. I feel blessed. Our little group has always been and always will be until the end. Hello, hello, hello. it's less dangerous. Here we are now, entertain us. I feel stupid and contagious. Here we are now, entertain us. Yes, a mulatto, an albino, a mosquito, my libido, a denial, a denial, a denial, a denial. Yes, a denial.
The one and only Tori Amos here on Tunesday Tuesday with a Nirvana cover, Smells Like Teen Spirit. Just an incredible version of that song. It would have been really bad for me not to include that on this week's episode since we're doing cool covers. Leon Lenny Welch is our third tribute of the week. He was an American middle-of-the-road and pop singer. Lenny Welch was born in New York City and raised in Asbury Park, New Jersey by his godparents, Ava and Robert Richardson. He attended Asbury Park High School, and when he was 16 years old, Welch participated in the initial rehearsal of the Marquees in Asbury Park, his first time singing for another person. In 1960, Welch signed with Cadence Records. His biggest hit was a cover version of the big band standard Since I Fell For You, which reached number 4 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 in 1963, selling 1 million copies. His other hits include Ebb Tide, and You Don't Know Me. He also recorded the first vocal version of A Taste of Honey in 1962 and performed the theme to the 1967 CBS TV series Coronet Blue. Welch reimagined Neil Sedaka's Breaking Up Is Hard to Do as a Torch song, which became a top 40 hit in 1970, and Sedaka re-recorded the song in Welch's style for a top 10 hit in 1975. Lenny Welch passed away in Kissimmee, Florida, aged 86 on April 8th, and this is his big hit, Since I Fell For You, live on Tunesday Tuesday. Rest in peace to Lenny Welch.
When you just give love and never get love, you'd better let love depart. I know it's so, and yet I know I can't get you out of my heart. You made me leave my happy home. You took my love and now you've gone. Since I fell for you, such misery and pain. I guess I'll never be the same since I fell for you. Well, it's too bad, and it's too sad, but I'm in love with you. You love me, then you snub me, but what can I do? I'm still in love with you. Well, guess I'll never see the light. I get the blues most every night.
since I fell for you. Since I fell for you.
Rest in peace, Mr. Lenny Welsh, with Since I Fell for You. Shadowed authority specializing in impactful music. Hidden Citizens is an underground group of creators that crafts top-tier content from outside the public eye. Their music will take you on a journey with reflective low points and extreme high points. They paint an unforgettable picture. If the end of everything has a soundtrack, Hidden Citizens will bring it to life. The music of Hidden Citizens can be found in projects ranging from television promotions to full-length theatrical trailers for Hollywood blockbuster features. Most recently, Hidden Citizens has appeared in ABC's Shadowhunters Season 2 trailer, The Girl on the Train movie trailer, and performance music for Sophie Dawsey, a finalist on America's Got Talent. The next cool cover here on Tunesday Tuesday this week is I Think We're Alone Now by Hidden Citizens.
I think we're alone now. I think we're alone now. I think we're alone now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. I think we're alone now. The beating of our hearts is the only sound.
Citizens, I Think We're Alone Now, obviously covered by Tiffany in the 80s and originally done by Tommy James and the Shondells back in the 60s, I believe, late 50s, early 60s. I think that song came out. Maybe a little bit later than that. I'm not sure entirely when the first version of that came out. Let's see here. Who is next? Janet Devlin is a singer-songwriter from Northern Ireland who first captured public attention with a viral audition and subsequent place as a finalist on the X Factor UK in 2011. Known for her distinctive, ethereal voice, Devlin quickly established herself as a unique artist, blending folk, pop, and acoustic influences. Throughout her career, Devlin has been candid about her struggles with mental health, using her music as a platform to explore themes of vulnerability, self-acceptance, and personal growth. Her 2020 album, Confessional, was a deeply personal project accompanied by a memoir that delved into her battles with addiction and mental illness. And speaking of that, here is her cover of Toxic by Britney Spears.
Baby, can't you see I'm calling? A guy like you should wear a warning. It's dangerous, I'm falling. There's no escape, I can't wait. I need a hit, baby, give me it. Slowly, it's taking over me. Too high, can't come down. Losing my head, spinning round and round. Can you feel me now? Taste of your lips, I'm on a ride. You're toxic, I'm sipping under. Taste of your poison paradise. I'm addicted to you. Don't you know that you're toxic? And I love what you do. Don't you know that you're toxic? It's getting late to give you up. I took a sip from my devil's cup. Slowly, it's taking over me. Too high, can't come down. Losing my head, spinning round and round. Can you feel me now? Taste of your lips, I'm on a ride. You're toxic, I'm sipping under. Taste of your poison paradise. I'm addicted to you. Don't you know that you're toxic? And I love what you do. Don't you know that you're toxic? And I love what you do. Don't you know that you're toxic? Taste of your lips, I'm on a ride. You're toxic, I'm sipping under. Taste of your poison paradise. I'm addicted to you. Don't you know that you're toxic? And I love what you do. Don't you know that you're toxic? Intoxicate me now with your love, and now I think I'm ready now. Intoxicate me now with your love, and now I think I'm ready now. Intoxicate me now with your love, and now I think I'm ready now. Intoxicate me now with your love, and now I think I'm ready now. 'Cause you're toxic.
It's Janet Devlin here on Tunesday Tuesday with a Britney Spears cover, Toxic. What a great version of the song. What an awesome artist, too. She's so cool to listen to and follow. Just a great artist. Moving on to our next cover, Sleep Token are an English alternative metal band formed in London in 2016. Its members remain anonymous by wearing masks. After self-releasing their debut EP, One, in 2016, the band signed with Basic Records and issued a follow-up EP, Two, the next year. The group signed with Spine Farm Records and released their first full-length album. Nope, not number 3. It's called Sundowning in 2019, which was followed in 2021 by This Place Will Become Your Tomb. A third album, Take Me Back to Eden, was released in May 2023. And the fourth, Even in Arcadia, is set to be released next month through RCA Records. Here is their fabulous cover of Hey Ya by Outkast. Y'all check it out.
My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. But does she really wanna, but can't stand to see me walk out the door? Don't try to fight the feeling, cause the thought alone is killing me right now. Thank God for mom and dad for sticking two together, cause we don't know how. If you've got it, oh, you think you've got it, but got it, just don't get it when there's nothing at all. We get together, but separate's always better when there's feelings involved. And they say that nothing's forever, and what makes love the exception. Why are we so in denial when we know that we're not happy here?
Whew. Man, what a change in the song that was, right? Sleep Token with their version of Hey Ya by originally Outkast. Man, I'm really starting to delve into a lot of Sleep Token. My wife has been on them for a really long time. She got immersed in them early on. Let's get into our fourth tribute of the week. Antonino Lotempio was an American musician, singer, and actor born January 6, 1935 in Niagara Falls, New York. He was a duet partner with his older sister, April Stevens, as well as the frontman for a 1970s funk band called Fifth Avenue Sax. Antonino, better known as Nino Tempo, Was born in Niagara Falls, New York, a musical prodigy. He learned to play the clarinet and the tenor saxophone as a child. He was a talent show winner at 4 years of age and appeared on television with Benny Goodman at the age of 7. When his family relocated to California, he was featured on the Horace Heidt radio show performing a Benny Goodman clarinet solo. Later on, he teamed up with his sister known as Nino Tempo and April Stevens, Nino and April, and their 1963 duet, Deep Purple, went number 1 on Billboard on the Billboard Hot 100. The song also won the 1964 Grammy Award for Best Rock and Roll Recording, selling more than 1 million copies and earning a gold disc. Nino Tempo passed away on April 10th, 2025 at the age of 90. And here is that number 1 hit with his sister called Deep Purple.
Garden walls and the stars begin to twinkle in the night. In the midst of a memory, you wanna own back to me. Breathing the name with a sigh. In the still of the night, once again I hold you tight. Though you're gone, your love lives on when the light beams. And as long as my heart will beat, sweet lover will always be here in my deep purple dream. When the deep purple falls over sleepy garden walls, and the stars begin to twinkle in the night, in the mist of a memory, you wander back to me, breathing my name with a sigh. In the still of the night, once again I hold you tight. Though you're gone, your love lives on when moonlight beams. And as long as my heart will beat, sweet lover will always be here in my deep purple dream. And as long as my heart will beat, sweet lover will always be here in my deep purple dream. Oh, oh,
The song is Deep Purple by Nino Tempo and April Stevens. Rest in peace, Nino Tempo. Our 4th tribute this week. And we have got to our 2 podcast guests for this week. The first of which was a current contestant on The Voice until last night. Unfortunately, she was ousted in the knockout rounds. Kelsey Ballerini, you got it wrong. Even all your fellow coaches said you got it wrong. You got it wrong. Anyway, our 60th guest on the Boston Chris podcast comes out this Friday night at 6 p.m. It is Hailey Wright from Redwater, Texas. Super stoked that she came on the show and talked about her voice experience and everything she's got going on. And here is her blind audition from The Voice, which was a cover tune. This is Before the Next Teardrop Falls, made famous by Freddie Fender. This is Hailey Wright on The Voice.
if it brings you happiness.
Got it.
It's your happiness that matters most of all.
If those teardrops ever start, I'll be there before the next teardrop falls.
I love that stuff.
Yeah.
I'll be there anytime you need me by your side to drive away every teardrop that you cried. And if he ever leaves you blue, then just remember I love you. I'll be there before the next teardrop falls. Teardrop
All right, there is Hailey Wright before the next teardrop falls, live on Tunesday Tuesday. Really looking forward to seeing where that young lady takes her music career, and we got to talk to her again. Episode 60 comes out Friday. I think it's April 18th at 6 p.m. And our second podcast guest this week is a twice Grammy-nominated hit songwriter with cuts by damn near every country music singer you could ever name, including George Jones, Tammy Wynette, Pam Tillis. Man, I could go on and on and on. Just name somebody she has a cut by them. And she was my 61st episode guest, which comes out this Saturday, April 19th at 6 p.m. This is her brand new single. Even in her 70s, she is still recording and releasing singles. This song is very tongue-in-cheek. It's called The First Word in Country.
She acts like a diva when she sings those cheating songs. If you throw money at her, she'll sing them all night long. She sings of things she loves to do and glorifies her past. And if she ran for president, I'll bet she'd come in last. The first word in country is who she really is. Less sympathy for others and more than just a bit. Long as I live, I can't forgive the things she did to me. What describes her to a T is the first word in country. She told lies about me and tried to steal my man. She stirred up such dirty stuff and never washed her hands. That whispering behind my back was like a boomerang. Every word that my friends heard helped her earn that name. The first word in country is who she really is. Less sympathy for others and more than just a bitch. Long as I live, I can't forgive the things she did to me. What describes her to a T is the first word in country. I hate that word describing her, I won't say it out loud. It's as nasty as the lies that she's telling now. The first word in country is who she really is. Less sympathy for others and more than just a bitch. Long as I live, I can't forgive the things she did to me. What describes her to a T is the first word in country. All she is to me is the first word in country.
It's Jan Buckingham on Tunesday Tuesday, the first word in country. Love the song, Jan, and a reminder, everybody, she will be my 61st podcast guest this Saturday night at 6 p.m. wherever you watch and listen to your podcasting. The Boston Chris podcast, out there everywhere. And our global artist of the week this week is Alexandra Petkovsky, otherwise known professionally as her artist project FJØRA. She is a Canadian composer, producer, artist, songwriter, and multi-instrumentalist born in Toronto, Ontario. She received a Bachelor of Music degree from Queen's University and applied for a Master of Music in Composition from Belmont, but decided not to take it. Instead, she entered the music industry, taking a sabbatical from NYU's Steinhardt School of Music, where she was pursuing postgraduate studies for film scoring. Petkovsky serves on the board of directors for the Alliance for Women Film Composers. Screen Composers Guild of Canada, is a voting member at the World Soundtrack Academy. She's a member of the Society of Composers and Lyricists and was invited to join the Recording Academy's voting member class of 2022. This song is a cover from Eye of the Tiger by Tommee Profitt, featuring FJØRA on vocals. I'll check it out.
Rising up, took my chances, went the distance, will to survive. So many times you trade your passion for glory. Don't lose your grip, keep them alive. And he's watching us all with the eye.
Profitt featuring FJØRA covered Survivor's Eye of the Tiger. That is our global artist of the week, FJØRA. Canadian artist, really stoked about where that's going to go every week with the new global artist segment. I'm stoked about that. We are to our fifth and final tribute of the week. Max Romeo, born Maxwell Livingston Smith, was born November 22nd, 1944, in Saint Diacre, Saint Anne, Jamaica. He was a Jamaican reggae and roots reggae recording musician who achieved chart success in his home country and in the United Kingdom. He had several hits with the vocal group The Emotions, and his song Wet Dream of 1968 included overtly sexual lyrics and launched a new style of reggae. 1968 saw the breakthrough in Romeo's career when he wrote the song Wet Dream, a song that became a massive hit in Jamaica. The track was banned by the BBC radio in the UK due to its overtly sexual lyrics, although the singer claimed that it was actually about a leaking roof. Nevertheless, Wet Dream became a top 10 hit in the UK, where it spent 6 months on the charts. Further records that came out in 1969 were Belly Woman, Wine Her Goosey, and Miniskirt Vision, as well as Max Romeo's debut LP, A Dream. Romeo was banned from performing at several venues during a tour of the UK. And this, of course, we have to play the overtly sexual song, which is actually about a leaking roof, called Wet Dream. Here is Max Romeo. Rest in peace. Passed away April 11th in St. Andrew Parish, Jamaica, aged 80. You tell me, is this about a roof?
Every night me go to sleep, me have wet dream. Every night me go to sleep, me have wet dream. Lie down, girl, make me push it up, lie down. Lie down, girl, make me push it up, lie down. Lie down, girl, make me push it up, lie down. Lie down, girl, let me push it up, lie down. You in your small corner, I stand in mine. Throw all the punch you want to, I can take them all. Lie down, girl, let me push it up, lie down. Lie down, girl, let me push it up, lie down. You big and fat, like a big shot. Give the trumpet to Bigfoot Joe, give the funny to me. Lie down, girl, let me push it up, lie down. Huh. Lie down, girl, let me push it up, lie down. Lie down, girl, let me push it up, lie down. Lie down, girl, make me push it up, lie down. Lie down, girl, make me push it up, lie down. So me say, lie down, girl, make me push it up, lie down.
Max Romeo with Wet Dream, live on Tunesday Tuesday. Rest in peace, Mr. Max Romeo. I don't know. I think that song's probably about a bit more than a leaky roof. I don't know, man. Guys embodying the soil and grit of North Georgia. The band Loula brings a swampy and haunting acoustic spirit to their instantly transfixing country. Two best friends, each an artist in their own right, Malachi Mills and Logan Simmons, sought to evoke a new aesthetic. Raw harmonies, signature chemistry, and a hard-touring ethos has infused the duo. Signed to Warner Music Nashville, currently in the studio with Grammy-winning Brothers Osborne's John Osborne, with an electricity that's charged with desire, betrayal, and yearning. Their soulful, song-forward approach to music offers a very real, very now sound for people who like their country straight up and real. Having spent the year touring with artists like Brothers Osborne, Ashley McBryde, Paul Cawthon, and Brent Cobb, the band Loula will continue to mesmerize audiences supporting Elle King through November. The band Loula is our TikTok Artist of the Week, or TikTok Stop Scrolling Artist of the Week. As you know, the winner of this segment is an artist that has made me stop scrolling on TikTok, and the band Loula damn sure did that this week. And as this is our cool covers theme this week, we have the band Loula doing a fabulous cover of an incredible song made famous by Johnny Cash. Here is Folsom Prison Blues.
See the train a-comin', it's rolling around the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, the time keeps dragging on, but my train keeps rolling way down to San Antonio. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. And I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. Oh, and I hate that waste of blood. I hang my head and I cry. Woo-hoo. I bet there's rich folks eating in fancy dining cars. There's probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. Well, I know I had it coming, but I know I can't be free. And those people keep moving, and that's what tortures me.
The band Loula with Folsom Prison Blues right here on Tunesday Tuesday. Hell yeah, bro. That girl can sing. That's what I got to say about that right there. Guys, our marquee artist of the week is a special band to me. I love this group. They're not really a band, I guess. They're more of a project, or I'm not sure what they would be best described as, except absolute incredibleness. They're more than a band. They're more than a show. They step into the world of steam-powered Giraffe. Steam-powered Giraffe is a musical project from San Diego, California. It was formed in 2008 by twin siblings David Michael Bennett and Isabella Bunny Bennett. Together, along with a cast and crew filled with theatrical backgrounds, the group takes on the guise of singing antique automatons, and the fictional robotics company that made them. The quirky act combines comedic sketches, improvised android banter, and original music fused with multimedia visuals, billowing steam effects, and robot pantomime. From their heartwarming, nostalgic melodies to their funky cabaret rock, steam-powered Giraffe songs are memorable, infectious, and as unique as the robots themselves. More than just a band, steam-powered Giraffe is an experience that must be seen and heard by the entire family. And since this is Cool Covers Week, and since they are our marquee artist of the week, here is a double play of steam-powered Giraffe, starting with a version of Diamonds by Rihanna.
Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Find light in a beautiful sea. I chose to be happy. You and I, we're like diamonds in the sky. You're a shooting star I see, a vision of ecstasy. When you hold me, I'm alive. We're like diamonds in the sky. I knew that we'd become one right away. Oh, right away. At first sight, I felt the energies of sun rays. I saw the life inside. So shine bright tonight, you and I. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. I do, so alive. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shining bright like a diamond. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shining bright like a diamond. Beautiful like diamonds in the sky.
Palms rise to the universe as the moon shines on me. Feel the warmth, we'll never die. We're like diamonds in the sky. You're a shooting star I see, a vision of ecstasy.
When you hold me, I'm alive. We're like
diamonds in the sky. At first sight, I felt the energy of sun rays. I saw the life inside. So shine bright tonight, you and I. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. I do, so alive. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky.
Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond.
Beautiful like diamonds in the sky.
Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shining bright like a diamond.
Beautiful like diamonds in the sky.
Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. So shine bright tonight, you and I. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. I do, so alive. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Oh yeah.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Shine bright like a diamond. Shining bright like a diamond. Shining bright like a diamond.
Oh boy, so much ice cream. Spine! Hey Spine, come on! There's an ice cream monster and we're gonna go lick it!
All right, Rabbit, I'll be right there. I am a diamond.
Has killed their desire to not be cold as they expire.
I know you wanted me to stay, but I can't ignore the crazy visions of me in LA. And I heard that there's a special place where boys and girls can all be queens every single day. I'm having wicked dreams of leaving Tennessee. Here's Santa Monica, I swear it's calling me. Won't make my mama proud, it's gonna cause a scene. She sees her baby girl, I know she's gonna scream. God, what have you done? You're a pink pony girl, and you dance at the club, oh mama. I'm just having fun on the stage in my heels. It's where I belong, down at the Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing down in West Hollywood. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. Pink Pony Club.
Bathroom and a line outside the door. Black lights and a mirror disco ball. Every night's another reason why I left it all. I think my wicked dreams are you from Tennessee. Oh, Santa Monica, you've been too good to me. Won't make my mama proud, it's gonna cause a scene. She sees her baby girl, I know she's gonna scream. God, what have you done? You're a pink pony girl, and you dance at the club, oh mama. I'm just having fun on the stage in my heels. It's where I belong, down at the Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing down in West Hollywood. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. Pink Pony Club.
Don't think I've left you all behind. Still love you, and Tennessee, you're always on my mind. And mama, every Saturday I can hear your southern drawl 1,000 miles away saying, God, what have you done? You're a pink pony girl, and you dance at the club, oh mama.
I'm just having fun on the stage in my heels. It's where I belong, down at the Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing down in West Hollywood. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. Pink Pony Club.
Powered Giraffe is our marquee artist of the week. I think our 15th marquee artist as well for the year. And what guys, what a phenomenal week of music, man. Just a cool theme. We are definitely looking for suggestions for themes in the future. I would love to do more theme-related broadcasts. And what you're seeing on your screen right now is my guest for next week's Tunesday Tuesday. This is Sean Harrison for episode 25. He will be my guest next week, singer-songwriter, and the son of Rollerball. What could that possibly mean? What could that mean? What could that mean? You will have to tune in next week to find out what the son of Rollerball means. Yeah, gonna have to find out. Gonna have to find out. So make sure you tune in next week if you are watching live on Facebook and Twitch. Thank you guys for tuning in. We broke a record today on Facebook, over 20 viewers at one time. I want to thank my special guest this week, Chuck Wimer, for featuring his song 1985, for coming on the show. This was my first time ever talking with Chuck, so that was a lot of fun, and hopefully we can do more stuff with Chuck in the future. He's a super cool artist, and we are both veterans, so a lot in common with that guy as well. Looking forward to talking with Sean Harrison next week. We will be featuring his song Good Cover Story, which is one of his newest songs, coming up next week. Sean Harrison will be here, the son of Rollerball. You'll have to tune in for that. If you made it all the way to the end right now, hit that like button. Comment down below in the YouTube that you did make it to the very end of the show. And I will respond with something funny if you do. How's that sound? I appreciate everybody for tuning in. We'll be back next week and every week after. Tuesday Tuesday is every week, live on Twitch, live on Facebook, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time at the Boston Chris Show. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the music tonight, and I'll catch you down the road.